What's going on, Dragon Brawlers? Scott Sedman, your guildmaster here for Players Guild, and today I'm joined by Loki Smith. What have we got for the people today?
So we have the secret that we have seen yesterday that
Uh,
we're probably going to talk about as well.
yeah,
But beside that, we have something that both of us have been looking forward to, and that's why we're doing it here on the Christmas Day, Boxing Day. Whichever it is today, Boxing Day
yeah,
today.
it's Boxing Day today.
It's Boxing Day today. So on I don't do Christmas, as you can tell.
Yes.
So today on Boxing Day, we decided to do some work because the great priest, the Grand Priest, whatever they call him, is here. The Grand Minister.
Right. This is one of the things that I can never understand with Super is the inconsistency of this guy's name. They're calling it Great Priest here, but whatever you want to call him, he is the God of Gods, but just below Zeno. I'm so
He's the
excited.
father of angels, isn't he?
Exactly. So take us through the front side of this card, and we'll get into all of the good stuff right now.
So the front side of this card is 10,000 power red leader, which I mistakenly said is not going to be a rainbow leader because usually they did it in black.
Mm-hmm.
But in here, you have a permanent that says you can't God slash Saiyan, for example.
Yeah.
As long as it has that gold tag in it, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And you negate the energy exhaust skill of gold cards in all of your areas, which is insane.
It's so good. It's so good.
It's a
um.
good thing you can't include non-gold battle cards, because then I could think of some stupid thing you could do with ramping.
Yeah.
Android 16.
It locks you into a specific style of play, which is nice.
Reduces your available super combos, but there is two multicolor super combos you can use with him,
Mhm.
which is the Whis, the red yellow Whis,
Mhm.
and it's the red blue Beerus.
Yes.
Both are quite decent, and of course you can still use Hellas with him.
Oh yeah. And Hellas, of course. But yeah, like the multicolor access to them is great. And then we have a really cool activate main. So we've seen activate main draw a card on red leaders before. I think it's Freezer that has that, correct?
Yes, it doesn't switch to rest mode though.
No, and that's the interesting thing. So I really like this. Well, I
So they're
think I like
essentially saying that Great Priest doesn't battle.
exactly. He's just there observing this battlefield, and I think from a
Yeah.
theme standpoint, I do love it. Like I really love it.
And the Awaken is also very interesting because it's Xenobi Price. We don't have Storm Deck anymore because you would never be able to awaken. But when there are 4 or more colors in your energy, you may switch this card and up to 2 of your energy to active mode. Add cards from your life to your hand until you have 6 life left. Then flip this card over. Which means on turn 2 you can awaken.
Mm.
Because turn 1 you charge a, let's say,
Red, blue, and then you do
red
green,
blue, and
yellow,
then you charge the
green, yellow.
yellow green.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the colors I'm missing.
Yep. I'm black, but
Yeah, yeah, but there is no black multicolored gods.
yeah, there is.
But I said there is no black multicolored gods.
Oh, okay. Not yet.
Not yet.
Uh,
Yeah, they're definitely going to see some.
and then you go down to 6 life, so you can't just stay at 8 on it.
But
So that's fair.
thing I'm going to point out is you can attack with Great Priest, or you can use his ability to draw a card and then awaken, because he switches himself up to active mode.
Yeah. So then you can do the awakened side, which is Great Priest, Commander of Angels. Permanent negate the energy exhaust skill of all gods in all areas. So yeah,
It's the same.
yeah. Activate battle once per turn. Switch this card to rest mode. Draw a card and choose up to one multicolor god card in your hand and use it in the combo. I like how you can use this in your opponent's turn.
Yes, because it's activate battle, so you just leave him in active mode, and then when they attack you and you think you can't defend, you just do this.
Mm,
And I've already looked at the cards. All of them have effects when comboed, and all of them have awkward combo costs.
nice. So let's
So
see what we're
it
dealing
is
with.
playing up with him. So let's look at the first one, Kusu, Angel of Universe 10, which is actually a ridiculously good card.
Hmm.
It's a super rare. I think this is the one that you said was spoiled on the
Yeah, they
World
revealed
Championship.
this one.
Yeah. So just quickly, I'm going to point out that it's a 1-cost 5k combo, so that's the awkward cost I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But multicolors usually need to have that 1 cost. And then if you have 1 or more multicolor energy when this card in your hand is played or used in a combo, your opponent discards a card. No, sorry, puts it at the bottom of their deck, not
Yeah, it's the
discard.
Android 18 super combo effect.
Yeah. And then when it's played, you bottom deck one of your opponent's battle cards with cost 6 or less. So if you use it for counterplay, your opponent just loses 2 cards.
It's really, really strong.
In this deck. And you can free combo it, of course, with the leader skill.
Yeah. So I really like it. The paying 1 for it, even if you're doing it defensively, like, it's not a bad pay 1 for it, especially in this deck. Like,
yeah, paying 1 to get rid of cards from your opponent's hand defensively is amazing. If you get to counterplay it, it's even better.
Yeah, true.
Because you get both effects then.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous. The card is strong on its own.
Yeah.
For all the blue green decks that are out there, I'm just going to be calling them Simic decks. Sorry, it's easier for me.
That's fine.
For all the Simic decks out there, it's such a good card because all of those Simic decks are working on the multicolor energy having being there, and you always need it for all the strategies that are there. You need 1 or 2 of them there, so it's going to be live very, very early, or your game plan is not working either way.
Yeah.
So this being live in defensive decks that restand tons of energy during your opponent's turn. This is an amazing thing that doesn't have once per turn, doesn't have limits, doesn't have anything.
Yeah, it's a really strong card, and definitely looking at potentially a red leader with a blue-green core. It's gonna be very interesting.
It's definitely going to be a rainbow core.
Yeah, because then our next card is Eraser Universe, a 0-cost extra card. The Xeno Squish. Activate main. Red, blue, green, yellow. 1 unspecified. If your
so there's not going to be a black one. Not this set, at least.
If your leader card is a Great Priest card, deal 1 damage to your opponent. For every 2 colors on God cards in your battle area. 2 damage max. Additionally, if you have 12 or more multicolored God cards in play, you win the game. So not only do we get 1 alt win con this set, we now have 2 alt win cons introduced into this set, and I absolutely adore that. I also love that they're maxing out the damage you can deal.
I don't think they're maxing out the damage. I think they're just telling you what's the max damage you can, because think about it, we have 5 colors total. For every 2 colors you have, you can have maximum of 2 damage.
True.
Because I think this is more of a clarification for people who are going to be confused. For every 2 colors on gods, I don't know how you could misunderstand that, but we have seen people misunderstand.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. It's true. And then the activate battle of choose a god, and it gets 6k power for the battle.
So this is Kabba's Awakening, right?
Yeah, basically.
But beside that, this is going to be a win con. And let's be honest, I don't think it's going to be able to win the game if you have 12 or more multicolored god cards. But one important thing to point out here, they don't need to be different.
Nope. So you could have 4/4/4.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Kuzu's going to be... Kusu, sorry, not Kuzu. Different card game entirely. Kusu is going to be getting out there quite easily. And, you know, like, you don't have
There's lots of... this deck works on a lot of counters, from what I've seen. Or cards with barrier.
Ooh, so
yeah.
I'm like this. Like, I mean, we're both huge fans of like the Whis from set 1. And the set 2 Great Priest, which like puts all the gods into your energy. Like all these kind of god cards, like this is something that I've hoped we'd see in the game for a long time.
Definitely Gowasu is going to be amazing in this deck.
Oh, the Searcher for Gods?
Yes, yeah. And definitely I think the Great Priest from I want to say Draft Box.
Oh, the one where you bounce a god. Yeah, the
If you have 4 more energy and you choose 2 non-Great Priest God cards in your battle area, return them to your hand.
Divine Multiverse. It's a blue SR. Yeah, probably
Yes,
worth getting up.
critical,
And
1-drop critical. I think it's going to be amazing for the gameplay of the deck because tons of counterattacks, tons of counterplays, and you just bounce them back to your hand.
yeah, and another thing is probably look at some Giant Force rares, guys, if you haven't already. Sorry, your God and Angel rares.
Yes,
Yeah.
the Distraction Angel.
Yes, because there's going to be some good ones in there that you're gonna want.
Yeah,
For this.
we're
Deck.
definitely going to be brewing this deck
Oh
together.
yes.
Because...
Then Whis, Angel of Universe 7. So if you want to take us away with this one.
So it's a 2-drop for is it? So this one has 2 cost 10k combo, so another awkward combo cost. But God, is it worth it? For multiple reasons. So it's a counter-attack, negate the attack, play this card. It has blocker, 10,000 power. If there are 4 or more colors in your energy, you can activate the counter skill from your hand by adding a card from your life to your hand instead of paying its energy cost.
So from turn 2 again.
Yep.
It's gonna be a free, well, not free negate, but replaces itself, I guess. Almost.
Yeah, it's a sparking. It's the same as sparking negates.
Yeah.
But also adds a body on board.
That is also an additional negate, essentially, because it's a blocker.
Yeah, it's a blocker, but it's also a multicolor god for your win con.
And when this card is used in a combo from your hand, switch up to one of your energies to active mode, which is nuts because, as we've seen, with the awakened side of the Great Priest,
you can use it for free.
It's not the 2 cost; it's just free.
Yeah, so it's essentially a Beerus super combo, right?
Yeah, pretty
but
much.
But you can do it during your turn as well.
Yeah. So. I love it. And then so we've got Makarita, Angel of Universe 11.
Another SR.
It's also really important to note, actually, I want to touch upon this before we forget, is how these gods fit within their own god archetypes. So Universe 7, red, blue, Invoker. This is a red-blue card. They didn't go, right, let's make Whis yellow, blue. For all
and it wouldn't work in Invoker, let's be honest.
No, it wouldn't, but I just as a... They're on the theme,
like,
right?
Kusu actually works in any Simic deck.
Yeah.
Because she's just one multicolor. Whis needs that 4 or more colors in your energy.
Yeah. And then Makarita, Angel of Universe 11, so she's on the green-yellow successive vibes, colours from the Universe 11 stuff anyway. She's got an energy exhaust, barrier, blocker, auto. If you have 1 or more multicolor energy, when this card in your hand is played or comboed, your opponent chooses 1 card in their hand and discards it. And now you can see how scary this deck is getting. It's got a card that bottom decks, and it's got a card that discards, just for comboing or playing them. Then it has auto limit 1. When your opponent plays a battle card using a skill, or activates a counter skill, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and switch it to rest mode. So you do have to pay 2 for this currently, but it's a barrier card.
Yes, but I'm also going to point out something totally different.
Ooh,
something totally out there. I don't know if you remember, but Jiren lets you play a 2-drop from hand.
The
leader.
Set 9 one? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, the set 9 one, yeah. Oh wow, she's really good for you in Universe 11. Yeah, so that's really awesome to see. Yeah, I'm really liking this deck so far. I can't wait till we see the other. And we know we're getting the other angels. Like.
Yeah, I think there's going to be all 12 of them with Erase of the Universe, right? Which means all of the I think we might see another EZ card that supports the same way as Margarita and Kusu.
Oh, I could see that. Yeah.
Like, so we get 1 of each, right?
Yeah, I think that would be fair. Like
one that's for the 4 colors and one that's 1 or more multicolor.
So I'm thinking, say for example, where the opposite was, it's Champa Vados will be the next red-blue one, and that'll have if you have 1 or more multicolor and you play or combo with it.
Yeah. I think that's going to be it.
I think that's a fair shout.
But yeah, Margarita, as I said, is one of those cards. Again, 1 cost 5k combo. But it's one of those cards that you play and it sits there, and then you have tons of cards you play during your opponent's turn, and this punishes your opponent when they're trying to do something.
Yeah, if they try and stop you, which again, if you combo it with that Grand Priest from the Divine Multiverse, where you're
Yeah.
attacking with criticals and criticals only. Because none of these cards are giving you reason to attack.
Yeah.
You just want them to stay on board and have their passives.
Yeah, you just bounce back Kusu back to your hand, Whis back to your hand.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, I really am in love with this archetype. And to wrap up today, we have the secret rare, and we also have Realm of the Gods, Ultra Instinct, a 1-cost, 1 specified red. If your leader card and energy are all red.
So that doesn't work for the Great Priest. I think they just forgot to put it up 2 days before.
There's a few cards that were that just kind of got put up on the site and then forgot. But we
haven't touched on anything on the Christmas Eve, have we?
No, but it's not much. I mean, there is actually some stuff there, so maybe we'll.
Yeah, there's Goku missing a leg.
The Goku missing a leg. I don't know what happened to Goku this set. I feel so bad for him. So basically, it's a choose up to one of your cards. It gets 10k power for the battle. Then you choose an effect if it's your turn.
What's wrong with his chest?
It's not that bad. Like, there's worse things to worry about in this set.
But this is Goku's worst nightmare. His true nemesis this set.
I know, right? It gets so choose a opponent's battle card with greater energy than their current energy. It gets minus 30k. It's pretty good. If it's your opponent's turn, you draw a card and choose up to one of your cards. It gets 5k for the battle. So it's a nice little card.
Yeah.
But we.
I mean, it's a 1-drop. It's a 1-drop draw a card, 15k, right?
Yeah, but we do have the secret rare that we need to go over because on Christmas Day, yesterday, Bandai, just out of the blue, did not expect it, and oh my god, that was great because it's Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, Unbridled Power, our first secret rare.
He's not a god. We can't use him in the Great Priest. Boo.
No, but he is Vegeta's lineage.
Yeah, I know. It's really good. I pointed it out.
It's an H-cost 4 specified red, dual attack, sparking 25, ultimate deflect, triple strike, activate.
So before we go, just to clarify, because we had people asking about that, he only has dual attack when you have sparking 25, and the way dual attack works is if you attack first and then use some extra cards, you're going to be past the activation point of a dual attack. You need to have a sparking before you declare the attack with Vegeta.
Okay, so make sure you have 25 in the drop before attacking.
Yeah.
If you want a dual attack. But the other effects are fine, correct?
Yeah, the other effects are always there.
Okay, so ultimate deflect, triple strike, activate main, pay 4 red, play this card from your hand. You may have one. You may have one of your opponent's leader cards get -5 for the turn. It's a pretty strong effect. We've seen it on a few cards before, where if you can minus down your opponent's leader, it's really strong because that means 10k's are now punchable, and that's scary at the end of a game.
And the 40k is way more difficult to defend.
True that. Activate main, remove this card from the game, choose all of your opponent's battle cards and unison cards, ignoring barrier, place them in the drop areas, then place 1 card from your opponent's life in their drop area.
So tell me, why would anyone be playing Goku Frieza now?
You don't? You play this now?
Yeah, exactly. But that's my point. They literally power crept the secret that's 2 sets old? 3 sets old?
I don't know how old it is. But, I mean, to
it's
be fair,
not old. It was not last set. It was a set before.
Goku Frieza is just like a, what's it called? Iconic moment. I think that's why
yeah.
it's secret.
No, it's definitely iconic moment. It's definitely iconic art, etc. But play-wise, this card is so much stronger.
Oh, yeah. For sure. This card's an MVP. Like, you can swing once and get a triple strike. That's pretty good at 40k, right? Like, it's going to hit the board. So you're going to be able to minus your opponent's leader for 5k regardless. Like, so that's awesome. It could potentially swing a triple strike 40k again at a 10k leader, assuming your opponent's awakened. And then...
it burns for 1.
And removes the board.
Yeah. So one thing I'm going to point out here is that the Goku leader from this set that we have seen needs to play this secret. Because this is the best secret for the deck.
Facts. Big facts. 100%.
And this is definitely the target you have for your leader skill, not some 8-drop triple striker.
Like, if
this card's 1 card.
If this goes into your drop area, this is what you're going to pull back up.
Yeah, exactly. it's definitely way better. And the fact you drop it on turn 4 with that deck is a bit scary, because that deck can very quickly put that sparking 25.
Yeah. So I again, it's that risk reward of you're burning through your deck super quickly.
But this is the
But
payoff that the deck technically needed.
yeah,
Because
I agree.
this can win the game on its own.
100%. I mean, it's a potential 6 damage, right? Like 7 damage.
Yeah.
Like
And let's be honest, a lot of people self-awaken.
exactly. So it's a really strong card, really great secret rare.
You
I
will
don't think it's
very quick.
broken. I don't think it's a broken secret rare.
No, I think it's only good in one specific deck, and you put your opponent down to 4 life, and then you have this to finish up the game. You don't even need the sparking 25.
Um, I also think this is kind of a good replacement for Apex potentially.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like
On the other hand,
if you
Apex.
don't have Apex, I
If
should
you
say,
don't have Apex, yeah.
yeah,
On the other
right,
hand, Apex just wins the game by hitting once
true.
and stops so many effects from happening.
Yeah, no, but Apex is also a stupidly expensive card. This at least at most will go to about 300 if we're looking
Oh,
at
but
fancy.
Apex got reprinted for people who participated in the World
Well, you know, if
Championships.
you were good enough for Worlds, then you have Apex already, probably. Right, so that's us for today, guys. What do you think of the Great Priest? I'm super excited for it. I know you are too, Loki. It's going to be a really good time. Spoiler season is just warming up, and I'm so excited. We have 2 alt win cons already. And what a great secret rare. If this is anything to go by, secrets from the set as well. Yeah, any final thoughts?
Uh, I'm definitely looking forward to the reveals for Great Priest.
Mm-hmm.
It feels they need to play it very safe with the restrictions, right?
Mm.
Because obviously you gave all the multicolor gods no energy exhaust.
Yeah.
So they need to play it very, very carefully on what cards they allow in the deck, which is fine that they say that you need to play god cards. But I have a feeling there is going to be some god cards that are going to be problematic for this deck.
Yeah, I can see that. When the secondary effects of the angels in Divine Multiverse, when they were placed into energy or played?
No. I checked. There isn't.
Okay.
They had the option to warp cards to get rid of the energy
Right.
exhaust, but they had a fairly strong effects that were not once per turn. Just pay 2 energy into them.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what people pull from that, if anything. Who knows? Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So we're in a really like Realm of the Gods, starting off strong and taking us into the new year with some crazy reveals. Did not see this coming. And yeah, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new, and let us know what you think of the Great Priest in the comments below. And we'll see you probably tomorrow. Bye.